Issue 25 starts with Mark having to leave a comic book store to help Rexplode fight off Octoboss, a big guy with an octopus for a head and tentacles for arms. Rex throws some quips and some splody things at Octoboss while sending Mark off after the minions. Once everybody's been taken care of, Mark gives Rex a lift home, at which point Rex goes searching for his girlfriend/teammate and stumbles upon something so horrifying he begins to break down. From there we cut to Mark and his roommate William. They note that no one has seen Rick in quite a while, something that's further cemented when they run into Dean Winslow, who's also looking for the missing Rick. This conversation reminds Mark that he needs to go have lunch with his mom. All of this is basically just a point of showing how Mark is dealing with and managing his new life. And while Mark isn't 100% killing it, he's doing a pretty good job so far. While grabbing lunch with his mom, a visitor surprises Mark. Science Dog! Mark and Science Dog begin fighting while we learn what terrified Rex so much. The Immortal getting it on with Duplicate. And Duplicate. And Duplicate. And Duplicate. And girl can make a lot of copies of herself. Rex ends up taking this really hard, like the absolute hypocrite he is. This is a seemingly benign and unimportant page, but it contains one important event. That event being when Robot accidentally pinched a nerve in Rexplode. We cut back to Mark and Science Dog. Mark is throwing him around town, arguing whether or not he can be real or a comic book character, which is very meta. Eventually, Science Dog convinces Mark to stop hitting him and takes them away from the clouds, where Science Dog creepily peels off his skin, revealing that he is in fact a giant bug-like alien, and his people are in danger. They've been watching Mark from afar and they need some help. Mark knows he's got to help the bug people out and he starts making his rounds. He tells his mom, who's crying and drowning her sorrows in a bottle. Cecil tries to convince Mark that he shouldn't go. He tells Mark this is an unknown alien from an unknown species, that they don't know if he's telling the truth, and oh yeah, Cecil pays Mark to be there protecting Earth. Well, Mark's not having any of that, so next he flies over to his girlfriend Amber's to tell her that he'll be out in space for an unknown amount of time, which she's clearly pretty upset about. And the issue ends with Mark flying into space with these Buglians, which we come to find out are called Thraxans. In all honesty, it's a pretty boring issue with one interesting panel, that being the last page when we learn that the person who really sent for Mark was Omni-Man, his father.